What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. So it looks to me like the number of those that do not want Nigeria to succeed, people who are deliberately embezzling our resources, making sure that common people suffer, it looks like those people are increasing by the day in Nigeria. I mean, you can't help but wonder if Nigeria will ever progress and if true justice will ever reign in Nigeria. I mean, how do you explain that 33 billion naira disappeared in the custody of 8 police pension fund managers? 33 billion naira. Hey, for police pension, my people. Hey! We're talking about more than $200 million. Just like that, amongst 8 people. Seriously? And then when they took them to court, they all pleaded not guilty. That is to tell you that they are not to blame now. It's not their fault. It is the witches and the wizards. Yes, they casted a spell on them. I won't start saying, yeah, it's the work of the witches and the wizards. So last week, they took them back to court last week. Suddenly, one of them, John Yakubu Yusuf, who was actually a former director of the police pension board. The guy pleaded guilty after stealing, 2 billion naira. Well, at least that is what they told us. They said he stole 2 billion. Me, I don't believe he stole 2 billion. I mean, if he was the director, how can 7 other people steal 33 billion naira under your nose and you will be satisfied with just 2 billion? I believe this guy stole more than 2 billion. Yes, my understanding is that this guy stole between 2 and 29 billion. It's between 2 and 29 billion, somewhere around there. I'm sure he will get larger share than everybody else. He was the organ now. They don't steal in thousands anymore. Not even in millions. See, in Nigeria today, if you steal thousands of naira, then you are a pickpocket. That is it. You have no experience. You're just a pickpocket. And if you steal millions, you are a common thief. Yes, that is all you are. The real gidigo that are still in Nigeria today, they are still in billions. Yes, in billions. Let's just assume the guy stole 2 billion, okay? So the FCT court in Abuja, and Justice Taliban, my bad. Did I say Taliban? I was trying to say Taliban. Yeah, so Justice Taliban sent this man to 2 years in prison for stealing 2 billion naira. How ridiculous. And then they gave him the option of paying 250,000 naira fine, as a get out of jail fee. As in, if he pays 250,000 naira, he can go free. I said, whoa. You said his bail at $250,000? Where is that done? You have 2 billion naira hidden somewhere. You have all kinds of properties everywhere. In fact, they found 350 million naira in his bank account, which was confiscated. And they were saying that if he pays 250,000 naira, he could be free. See, Nigeria, even your driver will say, "Oga, Asabi cover that one now. Now only 250. Yes. My question is, what happens to the remaining 1 billion naira plus? I beg, help me with the calculation now. Somebody stole 2 billion and they only took 300 million from him and other properties. Hey, just do the math now. Now, the ridiculous thing is that the same week, in the same Nigeria, yes, another man, 23-year-old Adepoju Jamiu in Ondo State, was sent to 3 years in prison without the option of fine. Yeah, so he can't be bailed out because he stole a cell phone. The dude stole a cell phone. Yeah, a Chinese BlackBerry, Chinko, the pure water version of BlackBerry. How much was it again? Call it 17,000 naira. Yes, 17,000 naira. The guy stole 17,000 naira worth of property and he was sentenced to 3 years in prison in Ondo State. Meanwhile, the man that stole 2 billion naira was given 2 years in prison with an option of fine of just $250,000. You see why I'm saying there is no justice in Nigeria? Orishirishi day for Nigeria. Do you know that if they were to apply the same rule of law, to both of them, that if you steal 17,000 naira, that you will spend 3 years in prison? Do you know that the guy that stole 2 billion naira was supposed to get, Kole, I beg, help me with this math. Yes. The guy was supposed to get 352,941 years in prison. That is how much they were supposed to give him if they were to, do it like the way they did that of the poor guy. So when the media kept shouting and the citizens, everybody was like, this is not fair. How can you give the guy 2 years? They rearrested the guy, and this time around they charged him for a different offense. They charged him for false declaration of assets. I said, oh Lord, too much drama. So now a new judge remanded him to jail till March. Apparently, the more money you steal, the more you become immune to the Nigerian law, and the more you become an untouchable. Yes. The funny thing is, when they were sentencing this man, they quoted section 309 of the Federal Capital Territory Law, something like that, yeah. But since then, Nigerians everywhere, they've been saying that, their eyes have opened, yes. That now when they go and steal money and they get to court, all they have to do is to claim section 309. Hey! My question is, why did the EFCC charge this Jaguda, under section 309? Why didn't they charge him under the EFCC Act? You know that if he was charged under the EFCC Act, he wouldn't spend nothing less than 15 years in prison. Why is it that they didn't charge him under the EFCC Act? Why did they charge him under section 309? Nigeria, we help me. These people think that we, the common people, that we are stupid. Hey, we are not stupid. We see what is going on now. Our eyes are not blind though. We are aware of everything that is going on. Yes. Not only was the poor man given 3 years in prison at Adepoju, he was not even given an option of fine. Imagine. That means he must go to prison by fire by force. With hard labor. Even if somebody in his family is willing to bail him out for stealing 17,000 naira cell phone, that option is not available. But I'm not surprised. Remember last year I was telling you about that 18-year-old girl, Blessing, yes, that was in prison for 2 years, because someone accused her of stealing a cell phone. So the teenager, minor, she spent 2 years at Kirikiri prison in Lagos. They refused to accept that she was 18. They insisted that she was 20 so that they could try her as an adult. And that was exactly what they did. Even though she denied it. The guy that accused her, he's well-to-do. And if you're not rich, you can't be arguing with a rich man in Nigeria. You feel me? Meanwhile, Farouk Lawan and Femi Otedola, who bribed themselves with $620,000. And remember, former Speaker of the House of Representatives. Yes, representatives. Yes. Dimeji Bankole, the guy is also a free man. I tell you, there's a place you get to in Nigeria that the law doesn't apply to you at all. And then several times, they will tell us that they've arrested the leaders of Boko Haram, we've arrested the members of Boko Haram, and then they will come back and say, they escaped. Yeah, seriously? Which is why some people were upset that it's only Henry Oka and his cohort that were convicted for terrorism. Even though we've been having bomb explosions in Nigeria for years, only 2 people have been convicted. See life, And so many former governors and even present governors, yes, so many of them have enriched themselves with the wealth of their state. Yeah, as if you don't know. You have good roads in your state. You have constant electricity. You have good water. You have scholarship for secondary school students. You have a plan for elderly people in your state. You think they don't know about all these things? I'm asking you, when will they be prosecuted? And under the appropriate criminal code. Yes, under the appropriate criminal code. It looks to me like our motto in Nigeria has become all men are created equal, but some are more equal than the others. It's like Animal Farm all over again. So the Nigerian policemen don't have good schools to train recruits. Remember last week I was showing you, yes, the police college in Lagos, how it has dilapidated. How it has dilapidated, completely. Well, now they don't even have pension to retire to, because some people have already shared the policemen's future among themselves. Yes, this is bad. And this is when you need the Nigerian policemen, to step up, to fight for their rights, to bear their fang. Instead, it seems like the policemen are also content, with taking the 50-50 naira bribe that they collect by the roadside. Is that what you will retire to? Oga Olokpa, look at this one's dancing. Like, this one doesn't even know what is going on. But what do I know? I'm just keeping it real. So, have you heard what Mrs. Mugabe is up to these days? Kole, this is the only picture that you could find. Like, she looks grumpy in this picture. Look for something else. You like too much trouble. Anyway, this woman decided that she wants to enlarge her empire. Madam wants to enlarge her empire. Even though election is coming up this year, presidential election, as you can see, she's not ready to step out of the presidential palace. I didn't know that first ladies are supposed to have empires in the first place. So I've been asking people, how do you enlarge your empires now? Apparently, the woman wants to build a private hospital in her empire. I'm pretty sure that this hospital will be of international standard. Yes, so that Mr. Robert Mugabe won't be traveling secretly, to to Malaysia for treatment. Yes. And please don't think that the hospital is meant for the people of Zimbabwe. No. New. That would be her personal private property, okay? And then she wants to build a secondary school and a university all within her empire. Like, seriously? Now, where I have a problem with her, yes, is that she took over a farming estate, an orange farm. That is where she wants to expand her own empire. So she forced more than 300 farmers out of job. You see how Africa replaces white colonial masters with black ones? Imagine, more than 300 families now have to find another means of survival because the first lady wants a bigger empire. Not to talk about how this could affect the economy. You know, this is an orange farm that is closing down now. Yes, because they want to build a private hospital. I said, what kind of empire are you enlarging? A whole wife of an 88-year-old man. By the way, Colin, how old is she? 47? Are you? She's young, oh. She's young. She's young. She's young. No wonder she reportedly, you know, I'm not the one saying this, so you didn't hear this from me, No wonder she reportedly had an affair with, you know, another member of Mugabe's party. Yes, in 2010, yes. Check again, are you sure that means like 41 years difference? Like, seriously? She's that in love with Mugabe? What? Why am I even asking? I forgot that she was having an affair with Mugabe while she was still married to her first husband, you know, when she was Mugabe's secretary. Yes. But you know me, I don't like to talk about people. So what I'm processing right now in my mind is why this woman is living such an extravagant life. You know that since she became first lady in 1996, she has built 2 different palaces. Yes, 2 palaces. The first palace, which she called Graceland. Remember that she later sold that to Muammar Gaddafi when he was still alive? Before she built the second one with $26 million. $26 million. Just imagine a $26 million home. You know, like seriously, even rich celebrities now, they don't buy up to $26 million home. But she built her palace with $26 million in Zimbabwe, one of the poorest countries in the world. I mean, what more could a lady want? She has properties in Hong Kong where she has a diamond cutting business. And you know that she owns a fair share of Zimbabwe's diamond mines, you know, according to WikiLeaks, yes. The funny thing is that when WikiLeaks reported it, she didn't sue WikiLeaks, but one paper in Zimbabwe, what is their name? Standard newspaper. When that paper published it, they quoted WikiLeaks, so she went and sued the newspaper. She's demanding for $15 million. That case is still in court till now. So what more could a lady want? Seriously, she spent money without any form of restraint. Yeah, remember in 2003 when she was in Paris? Yeah, she went shopping in Paris, you know. This woman spent $120,000. $120,000 on what? Shoes, makeup, clothes, everything designer. That is why some people call her Gucci Grace. Yes, you know, Gucci, the Gucci bag, the Gucci makeup, you know, the Gucci hair. I don't know why, but some people in Zimbabwe, they like to call her this Grace, you know. By the way, call it $120,000. That is a lot of money. We need to change profession. Just me and you, 120,000 on shopping. Hey, just like that. I think I'm in the wrong business. And then don't forget that between the time that she became first lady, between 1996 and 2004, she had withdrawn more than £5 million from the Central Bank of Zimbabwe. Hey, just for her own personal use. So now tell me, isn't all that enough? Oh, I forgot. Her and her husband, they already own about 14 industrial farms across Zimbabwe, even though they like to deny it. Many people know that they do. And they have properties in Malaysia. They have properties in China. You remember that is where she beat up that Times photographer in 2009. What is his name? Richard Jones. Yes. She punched him in the face several times with the help of her bodyguards, you know, and also with the help of her diamond ring. Yes, I can just imagine the guy's face was like, you know. So both of them, like husband, like wife, they've completely devoured Zimbabwe's wealth. Did I mention that this week, you know, after the government paid all the civil servants their salaries in Zimbabwe, did I mention that there was only $217 left in the government's account, like in the government's bank account? There was only $217 left. Even the finance minister confirmed this. It was all over the news on Al Jazeera. You know, Zimbabwe has $217 left. Some of you guys that are watching me right now, you are richer than Zimbabwe, in case you don't know. My point is, Already, this woman has more than enough, okay? This woman has more than enough already. I think it's great cruelty for her to take over another farm. You know, they've taken over so many farms. And now she's leaving hundreds of farmers jobless, hundreds of farmers jobless. But like I said, I prefer not to talk about people, yes. And those of you that like to complain about your first lady, can I tell you, you all should be grateful. You should be grateful that she's not a disgrace. I mean, that she's not that I'm referring to this lady, but that she's not a disgrace, you know. I just hope that Patience, you know, doesn't hang out with this woman so they don't rub minds, seriously. But I trust Nigerians. They would never let their first lady get to that level. Before she gets there, they've already kidnapped, you know, some close family, you know, members. Like, I mean, I'm not suggesting anything, I'm just keeping it real. So apparently in Benin, you can't say anything bad on television about Mr. President. No, you are not allowed to. It's against the law, okay? Not only that, if you own a TV station and somebody comes on your station and says something bad about the president and you air the program, you are in serious trouble. See, that is why you would never see me, you know, say anything bad about Mr. President. No. You would never see me say anything bad about my president. Yes, my president, you know, he's a good guy. He's a good man with good intention. And it's because me, I don't want any wahala. So as I was saying, the director of a private television channel in Benin, known as Canal 3 TV, was recently jailed because they aired a program in which a former spokesperson of the president accused Mr. President and those working in the presidential palace of corruption. It wasn't even like a special program, you know. It was just a press conference. And the only thing that the man said was that within the palace, that there are men and women who have made a fortune. A small group of people have become millionaires, you know, at the expense of the people. And he suggested that the president himself was aware. That's it. That was all that the guy said. The next thing, the man that made the statement was sentenced to 6 months in prison. Yes, even though he was a former advisor of the president, yeah, he was sentenced to 6 months in prison. Not just that. The station manager, a woman, was sentenced to 3 months in prison because her station aired the statement. And yet they claim that Benin is transitioning to democracy. What kind of transition jails people who say any bad thing about the government? I think the message they're passing across is that the president is untouchable. No one is fooled, you know, like seriously. That is one thing we need to work on in Africa. Freedom of the press. It is very important, my people, because nobody is fooled. It's just like somebody going to Switzerland, you know, and getting on CNN telling the world that poverty in Nigeria has nothing to do with Boko Haram. Nobody is fooled. I'm not mentioning any names. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just keeping it real. You know, I keep saying it, that a lot of crazy things have now become fashion. Anything is now fashion now in this world, Like really crazy things, like seriously, really crazy things, you know. Apparently, a lot of women in Thailand now want bigger breasts, you know. Why would you want a bigger breast than the one that God gave you, But the funny thing is what they are doing in order for them to get, you know.
This is how to get bigger breasts, at least according to this professional breast slapper in Bangkok. 2 sessions of 15 minutes cost about $600, although she says there are cheaper alternatives.
When you sit on the toilet, what do you do with your free hands? While you're doing your business, your hands can grab your breast like this. And when you brush your teeth, lift up your breast with your other hand.
Seriously? What was that? Why would you allow some woman to hit your chest? Like, kai people. If I was ever in that kind of situation, you know, and some crazy woman hit my chest, I'd be like, oh, sorry, did I hit you? Like, my bad, I didn't mean to. I would have gone gangster on her, like, seriously. I'd be like, yo, woman, what is wrong with you? Okay, so I thought that was crazy until I saw what some men in Nigeria are doing to themselves in order to attract women.
We help those that have black lips. We help them out to clean up their lips, to make up pink lips.
Pink lips. As well. Pink lips. Are you serious? Pink lips? So the next sexy thing in Nigeria now is pink lips. We have a problem. I mean, I'm talking about a psychological and physiological and metallurgical problem. Seriously, pink lips? Did you notice that the tattoo guy didn't do anything to his own lips? I mean, he knows that they look ridiculous. Permanently ridiculous. Permanent pink lips. You know, he said in the video, I know I didn't play the whole thing, but he said in the video that they get up to 10 customers per day. Men that want to get pink lips. Just in his own shop also, I'm sure that they go to other places as well. And for some reason, they believe that this attracts women. And he said that they charge them 7,000 naira. That is why I told Chinwe, not long ago, I told Chinwe, I said, next time you send money to Nigeria, ask them, ask the guy, the one that collects the money. Yes, ask them what they are using the money for. I know that people are rich in Nigeria, you know, they can get all the tattoo that they want. But if you are the one working day and night in America and you are sending that money to Nigeria, every Chinwe out there, you better make sure that some guy is not spending it on pink lips. Always ask for receipt. Ask for receipt. Tell them to write down everything they spend the money on and send you the receipt. Meanwhile, while some men are getting their pink tattoos, the Economist Intelligence Unit, the EIU, has ranked Nigeria as the worst place to be born in 2013. They said it's the worst place for a baby to enter the world in 2013. Now, that really bothers me. I said, this economist, intelligence, whatever. How can they just name Nigeria as the worst place to be born? What is their problem now? So I found out that they researched 80 countries. 80, right? I said, out of 80 countries, we should be somewhere in the top. Yes, I mean, at least we should be in the middle, you know, like, yes, in the middle. We can never be the last. That is impossible. We are the giant of Africa. Hello. So I started asking, what was the ranking based upon? And I found out, you know, that the ranking is based upon the measure which a country will provide the best opportunities for a healthy, safe, and prosperous life for the child that was born this year, you know, in the years ahead. So I said to myself, that doesn't sound too complicated. I mean, yeah, but then I thought about opportunities for a healthy life. I said, we don't have any sound hospital in Nigeria right now. I mean, that is of international standard, like not one. We have good hospitals, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that none of our hospitals can compete with hospitals in several other countries. Like seriously, people have not started coming to Nigeria for medical treatment. It's not that we don't have the manpower, yeah. We have good doctors, that's not the issue. But people have not started coming to Nigeria, you know, like we go to India, we go to America. You will see a woman giving birth. They will say that she needs blood and the hospital doesn't have blood. Everybody is running skater. Poor woman will bleed to death. Common oxygen tank. Most hospitals don't have in Nigeria. So, you know, I took a second look at, you know, the criteria thing, and then I see like opportunities, you know, for a safe life. I said that one. They didn't lie. Yes, they didn't lie. Thousands of people die on our roads every year. Yes. And then anybody can be kidnapped now. Anybody. And you know, the hired killers, the political assassins, they are now very rampant. Yes, and our armed robbers are better equipped than our policemen. What are you talking about? Maybe you saw the police collect now. Did you see any training? That is why in Nigeria, everybody, if you're able to build a house, you have a fence, tall fences around your houses. Yes, you know, that was the first thing I noticed here when I came to the US. You hardly ever see a house with fence around it. Yeah, I'm talking about like tall brick fences. And then I took a look at the third criteria, you know. I'm talking about like opportunities for a prosperous living. I was like, if unemployment rate among the youth in Nigeria is 70%, by the time a new baby grows up in Nigeria and he's looking for a job, God help him. If something is not done, God help that child. Now that everything is about who you know, not how good you are. Yes, you see, this same corruption is what is affecting us at the Africa Cup. Yes, where our players are. They're just messing up. Seriously. I know they are trying you. Yes, I know they are trying. But Kai, people used to respect Nigerian teams all over the world. Yeah. But now it's not about those who are good. It's about those who know people. And there are so many gifted soccer players in Nigeria. So many. So if you're a member of the Super Eagles or you know somebody that is part of them, just tell them that they are disappointing me. Yes, you guys need to step up your games now and play something real. If not, see, I'm already wearing this Ivory Coast color. Yes, we are tired of 1-1 Zambia 1-1. I mean, since when now? Burkina Faso 1-1. Seriously, when will you guys start playing? Have you forgotten Mr. President has pleaded that you guys should make sure you come back home? with the cup. Hi, Mr. President. Just think about the guy. And I don't even know what is hard in playing soccer. You just, I beg, pass me the ball. Yes. The thing is not hard now. You think I don't sabi? That was a good game, right? Alright, y'all. It's been real. And I'm giving it a real right up in here. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.